So I think in this episode, we're finally going to see France get kicked out of Iberia, which is actually depending... Oh, wait, I just forgot that Spain can't raise that city. So that's great. I'm so glad I put that on. So this is actually going to give Isabella even more power in Iberia. I'm not sure... I mean, Portugal is very good, and we saw how good Portugal is at defending their territory, but, I mean, you have to think that this is going to give Isabella a lot more powerful after they take this French city. I mean, it really depends on how efficient Spain is at taking out these last remaining troops that France has. I'm not sure if France is going to be able to reinforce that quickly. And you know what? I actually could see maybe Portugal joining in against France. That would be such retribution. Yeah, it'd be the ultimate. It'd be such a cool scene. Spain has a big army. Portugal has a big army. I don't think, if anything, Portugal is not going to join in against Spain right now. I think Portugal realizes that that it's just too much units to have to fight against Spain. But on the other hand, I think they might see, as French troops continue to get killed and their army lowers and lowers, we might see Portugal join in and help out to take Troyes. We actually might even see maybe Portugal get lucky and squeeze in and take the city themselves. So yeah, France does have reinforcements coming from the north, but I think they're going to attack Sevilla. I don't think they're going to defend Troyes. I think this Spanish city should be okay. I think it should be okay. But you don't have much of a navy. You don't have any ranged naval units. So, and yeah, you really don't have much defense here. We could see these two cities get swapped. We could see the AI swap these two cities in war, obviously, not through like a peace deal or anything like that, which would be interesting. Oh, don't back up, buddy. Get your archers in there. Send everyone in there. That's how you do it. Man, yeah, you're scary as fuck right now, Spain. You've got a lot of stuff. Maria's completed the statue of Zeus. Who's number one in score? Okay, it's still Kashmir. Damn, he's exploding. 475. Ramses at 387. Nebuchadnezzar at 378. I mean, I really think that those might be the three, and Solomon at fourth. Yeah, I mean, those four seem to be the biggest possibilities of winning this game. Those four right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, I think that's the Ottomans, Egypt, Babylon, Poland. At this point, I think that that's where we can kind of go. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen. There definitely could be a few things that happen. Well, one thing that could happen, we could see Babylon lose a bunch of cities. We could see Arabia gain a bunch of those cities, or the Ottomans. The Ottomans could just absorb Babylon, and then that's going to give them, obviously, a lot more power. Plenty of more power. No more. I'm trying to kind of keep my eye out on this mini-map, waiting for the Ottomans to settle their 2 more cities after they get down a few more settlers. Looks like their troops are strong. If we look at France, look at the troops that, look at the technology group that the Ottomans have. We see long swordsmen, composite bowmen everywhere. When we go back to France, what do we see? We see warriors. We still see a catapult. We see archers. Yeah, clearly there's a major difference that's going on in this world. I mean, even to an extent, somewhat, Spain is still pretty weak when compared to the Ottomans. Ottomans they're pretty high up in navy. I mean, I assume it's all that science that they're producing with all the cities. I'm assuming that. Man, if you don't start to take over, if you don't start to actually push back their own units, you're never going to take the city. You're never going to take the city. Oh, you got your first great prophet, Porto. Good job. I'm sorry, not great prophet, great writer. Come on, Portugal, join in. That would be one of the most interesting storylines ever if Portugal decided to join in on this battle. And yep, Catholicism is continuing to spread out through the British Isles. I mean, nothing else has even a chance. I haven't seen any sort of conversions around in the Iberian Peninsula. There's a little bit of pressure, and there's a little bit of citizens following Hinduism, but nothing else. I mean, I haven't seen. I actually see. Oh, here we go. Our first declaration of friendship: Russia and Venice. That is weird. Ramses got up the oracle. Fuck you, Ramses. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be biased. I just don't want. He's kind of clearly. I just don't want the predicted winner to win. I think I predicted that he'd be really good. Oh, and Elizabeth got the pyramids up. Oh, so you went down Liberty, Elizabeth. That was an interesting choice. That's really interesting, though. Russia and Venice. That's not going to provide much on a physical, like, geographical location. Like, I mean, obviously, you know, you do not border Russia at all, and you don't really border any common enemies. Maybe Austria. Maybe Austria. That you could, maybe you're going to kind of join in, but Venice doesn't go to war. I don't think I've ever seen Venice go to war. Actually, wait, now, like, honestly thinking about it, I don't think I've ever seen Venice go to war. Oh, man, all of these wonders are dropping. We got Austria getting the Chichen Itza. So you can have a little bit longer golden ages. Poland is continuing to spread Judaism, and I don't think I see any more settlers, though. I don't think I see any more settlers. I can't wait for Russia. I'm sorry, I can't wait for Europe to see who. I want to see who's going to become the dominant power. We still don't see it. We see the dominant powers all outside of Europe, except for Poland. Poland is the only European civ that is kind of, you know, I mean, and they're out there. They're really far ahead in terms of score. But Poland is really doing the Europeans the only justice. They're the only ones doing justice, and now it's even like to the point where a lot of the city-states are becoming really, really powerful. Oh, yes. You're going to take the city. Yep. You are going to take the city. And you know what? I don't think you're going to lose it, too. You're not going to lose your own city, either. Looks like France doesn't even care about that anymore. I think Napoleon was initially, like, going on the offensive and going to take Sevilla. Sevilla? I don't know. I always feel like I'm saying it wrong, but then when I hear other people say it, I'm like, wait a second, that's how I say it, but it sounds wrong. I don't know. I think now Napoleon realizes, wait a second, Troyes is going to fall. I should probably get some reinforcements in on there. It's too late. Yep, now it's definitely too late. Yeah, not with pikemen. Your combat strength's only at 17. Hopefully they attack with the chariot archer first, and your archer as well. And hopefully the pikemen take out this stupid French warrior. So you know what else is going to drop? This warrior inside, this French archer inside Troyes, as well as the French worker. I didn't even think about this chariot archer. Man, Spain, you scary. You were freaking scary, Spain. I didn't even realize how scary you are. I'm so glad I'm not in this game right now. You've got a bunch of units. It's only turn 84. Look how many units you have. You also have a navy. Man, there's going to be a battle in the Mediterranean. There's going to be a massive, massive battle in the Mediterranean. I don't know. Maybe Carthage versus Spain soon. There it goes. There it dropped. And you even killed the French warriors. Wow. And now, I mean, just go ahead and kill a few more units. So this automatically is going to give a lot more power to Spain. Now, I think, I mean, this could kind of tip the whole game. You now have 5 cities, Spain, and 4 cities, Portugal. And the thing about Portugal is Portugal has no possibility of settling anywhere else in this game. Anywhere else. There's no other spot. I guess if they ever discover the coast of Western Africa, maybe here this week, but more than likely, I think Morocco might be trying to grab that land soon. I don't see any settlers, so maybe not. But Spain has several other choices still. Spain could go over here towards Corsica. Oh, Florence actually got their city down. Good for Florence. Wow, good for you, buddy. You were just sitting there for a really long time, and I'm proud of you, man. Spain does have some opportunities. Maybe settling here in Brittany. Maybe settling here and actually forward settling France instead. And you know what? This is actually taking away a lot of power from Napoleon. But you know, France seems to be pretty well off. The only thing I could see happening is maybe if Elizabeth stays alive, Elizabeth coming over here and attacking Orleans and then taking that city. Then you know we'd see 100 Years' War. I think Amsterdam's definitely going to fall. I think we're going to see some units take over Amsterdam, and the Netherlands capital will probably drop. I hope. I would like to see that. Denmark has 5 cities, so yeah, we were right. Denmark is making a comeback. They're about to settle another city. Wow, Harold, you came out of nowhere. I got to give you props, man. I got to give you props. Now we just got to see Harold actually take over Sweden. Fight him. Oh yeah, it looks like there's about to be some wars breaking out all throughout Europe, but I don't know exactly where it's going to break out at. I mean, there's a lot of tension going on, as it usually is on a deity map that usually just doesn't There usually isn't like a lot of peace or anything like it. Like you clearly can see the tension. There's like a bunch of units, and yep, here come the Ottoman settler. I don't think the other one is gonna settle. There was another one that we were looking at, but I don't think the other one is gonna find a spot just yet. Arabia's replaced Poland. Oh no, I liked that kind of alliance there. Kiev and Poland, that was kind of cool. Oh well. And now even Rome is starting to get up in it. This is going to be an interesting triangle right now. So now that Florence has kind of blocked anyone off from settling off the coast of southern France, this triangle is going to be interesting in terms of navies. I'm talking about who's going to dominate the Mediterranean. I mean, because at this point, it's well, I guess Greece somewhat kind of is going to have some sort of play inside of it, but I think when it comes down to it, it's going to be Carthage. Carthage has 4 coastal cities. We have Rome at 4 as well, and then we have Spain at 3. Morocco and Portugal don't really count because, you know, I mean, they're probably not going to get access to the Mediterranean eventually. They can, you know, battle for the Atlantic, which they're definitely not going to win. Once again, all my money is on towards Elizabeth, but it's going to be interesting to see who controls, like in terms of naval powers, who's going to control the Mediterranean Sea. That's going to be very exciting. And look, I guess Spain is still going on the offensive. So I'm so glad that we finally saw the first city change hands. Took damn long enough. Yeah, Spain's not to be messed with. Spain is scary. I should probably check again. Actually, no, I'll wait till turn 100. Before we check a bunch of the info addicts, we'll check a bunch of them at turn 100. Not yet, though. I do kind of want to see exactly who is number 1 in military. It looks like it might still be Greece, although how are they doing technologically? It looks like you might be still kind of somewhat down. No, never mind. You've got a lot of units spread out, but so do the Ottomans. Poland's now an ally of Geneva. I guess Venice isn't going to take over anything else. Not going to take over Milan, not going to take over Florence. Take over. You should go take over Florence. That would be a good idea. That would be a pretty good idea. Who's bottom in score? That's something I haven't checked in a while. Well, I know I'm bottom in score. Technically, the Huns are, because I am the Huns. Damn, I'm going to need the actual pointer. No. There we go. Oh, I should have known. It was Venice. Venice and then, oh, okay, yeah, France. Surprisingly, Harold's pretty low. Even though he has a lot of cities and he's going to get even more, Harold's pretty low. I think that start really fucked him. He had a really bad start. Whoa, Carthage is right above Harold. Carthage is powerful. I thought, wow, that's weird. It's really strange. I thought Carthage was going to be one of the strongest. I guess not. Yeah, that's surprising. Also, who's going to settle Iceland? I imagine it's going to be the Celts, but I don't know. Really interested to see who's going to settle up here. It's got to be the Celts, right? I mean, I guess it could be England. England did go Liberty, so she's going to continue to expand as much as she can. Again, there's only 5 cities following Catholicism up north. And yeah, I mean, the Celts haven't really even begun. Well, yeah, there's going to be a lot of pressure from Judaism in the east. I know that Poland has been really spreading Judaism pretty hardcore. So it's going to be kind of divided until finally. Let's check that definitely over the break. Let's see exactly who controls the most cities in terms of religion. I imagine it's going to be Egypt. I don't think there's going to be any surprise there. Yeah, so Babylon is actually number 1. Whoa, Egypt 7. Why Babylon? Poland. So Arabia and Spain aren't doing so well. Babylon, how? I'm guessing, is it because you had a lot of small cities and you had just enough missionaries to be able to take them over, maybe with like one conversion? It took like, I don't know. I mean, I imagine maybe the small cities up north, that's got to be it. Yeah, because these guys had dropped to the religion. There's a lot of small cities. Yeah, I'm guessing that's got to be it. Whereas in other locations, I mean, like Egypt, for instance, is trying to convert a lot of these bigger cities, which obviously cost them more missionary strength, more missionary conversion power. That makes a lot of sense. But yeah, no, I think one of the most interesting topics, I think, is going to be who's going to control the Mediterranean: Carthage, Rome, Greece, or Spain. Now that Spain, well, I mean, Spain's got to peace out of the war first, but now that Spain has kicked out Napoleon, I wonder what she's gonna do next. I imagine the tension has only got to increase. It's got to increase, but I'm seeing a lot of movement over here towards the west. So I imagine that maybe she's going to go attack Carthage or Rome. Or maybe Florence. That would be pretty interesting. That would be pretty good. Germany looks like they're going to send in a couple more settlers this way. Russia still has a pretty good size of a military. And Greece is scary. Yep, Greece, you scary. Rome's got their other settler up. I imagine that they've got to settle Sicily at this point. There's no other place for them to really go. Corsica's in a terrible location. I would advise against it, but there comes a point in the game where the AI doesn't even matter. They don't even care about resources anymore. They're just like, all right, whatever, we're going to settle wherever because it looks pretty. No, maybe not because it looks pretty, but they'll just start settling everywhere, whether they have resources or not. It's so weird that the Netherlands actually have a settler right behind this warrior unit, but they haven't decided to take this land. Maybe they're holding it. Maybe they're not ready for it. I don't know. Oh, there's finally a Celtic missionary maybe coming towards mainland Europe finally. I'm wondering exactly, yeah, there's no way. These three civs, actually just about all of the European powers are just so weak. They are so weak right now. Besides Greece, the Ottomans, and Spain, there are a few dominant ones, but unfortunately, if you were rooting for these guys, if you were rooting for France, England, Celts, Netherlands, Germany, or Austria, well, you had another thing. Oh, I guess you could I guess you can count Sweden. I wouldn't technically count Denmark. Denmark, I think, is only going to get better and better. Where'd their settler go? Yep, there we go. He's going to grab even more iron for himself. I'm not counting out Denmark. Even though he's low in score, and he's probably... Actually, he was pretty high in literacy because he only had one city for so long. He didn't have any disadvantages when discovering technologies. I would count out... I would personally count out the Celts, France, Rotterdam, and Austria. I don't think I want to count out Germany just yet because he still does have some settlers. And I don't want to count out Elizabeth because I'm waiting for her navy to become just super dominant. The Celts are on the fence. Portugal, I just don't think they have a chance. Spain, I think, and it's actually surprising. It's all along this little line here. We've got Spain, Rome, and Greece, who are all, I think, the most powerful of the Europeans. And if you want to count the Ottomans as European too, they're number one, obviously. They're definitely number one. But anyways, guys, I'm going to have to end this a little bit early. Poland's still leading at 506 in terms of points. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.